What's going on, guys? I'm Dan. This is Sanding Waters, and today I got my 10 fragrances that I'm planning on wearing for spring. But before we go any further, you know what? Just stay tuned. Everybody else got their spring fragrance list, and I'm slacking. So here's my list. First fragrance that I'm planning on wearing for spring comes from Goldfield and Banks. Very popular fragrance that got a lot of hype, but also got a lot of hate just because of the longevity. But still, I like it. Pacific Rock Moss from Goldfield and Banks. Dope, fresh fragrance that is very clean, oceanic, whatever we want to call it, aromatic, clean fragrance. The gripe about this fragrance is that it doesn't last long, and for the price tag, it's almost not worth it sometimes, but I got it for a good deal, and it smells real good. If you get a chance to get a sample or whatever, get your nose on it. But Pacific Rock Moss, number 10 on my list. Number 9 on my list is from the House of Creed, and a lot of people wouldn't think that would be so low on the list, but just for the fact that it doesn't last that long and not many people talk about it, and even I haven't talked about it much. But it is a good spring fragrance in my opinion, and it deserves some love, and I'm planning on giving it. And this one's called Erolfa from the House of Creed. To me, it reminds me of Millésime Imperial minus the watermelon. Salty, oceanic type of fragrance, great for the outdoors, works great. When I started wearing it at the beginning, when I got the bottle, it really didn't last that long, but I think the longer it matured, it got a little bit better because I actually wore this yesterday and it lasted pretty long, a lot longer than it did before. But Erolfa, planning on doing a review on this. Keep your eye out. Erolfa, number 9. Number 8 on my list is from the House of Parfums de Marley, and it is one of the more designer-esque fragrances from the line of Parfums de Marley, and for good reason, because it does smell like Abercrombie & Fitch, Fierce I think it's called, but this one's called Percival. A great, clean, people-pleasing fragrance that it is what it is. It smells like a high-priced designer fragrance in my opinion, but it smells good. There is no doubt about it. It is people-pleasing. Gets the job done. It lasts a long time for me. Creamy, fresh, blue fragrance. I was one of the many people that hated on this fragrance and did not want to purchase it just for that reason. But after I smelled it, I said, you know what, man, just kept cop it for the low and you won't go wrong. So number 8 on my list, Percival from Parfums de Marley. Number 7 on my list is from the House of Givenchy, and this one I think was on my spring list last year, but this one's called Gentleman Givenchy Cologne. To me, it's a great green, citrusy, aromatic fragrance that just makes you feel good. After watching Carlos's fragrances that uplift your spirits, it made me revisit it and wore it for the following day as my scent of the day, and it smells really, really good. Clean, perfect for the springtime. Get your nose on. I know we can't go anywhere because of this whole COVID-19 coronavirus stuff, so whenever you get a chance, if you can get samples, get your nose on it. Clean fragrance that, I don't think you can go wrong. It's a very people-pleasing fragrance. So number 7 on my list, Gentleman Givenchy Cologne. Number 6 on my list was going to be Parfums Vintage Aqua Intense, which is their take on Paco Rabanne's Invictus 2016, and that's a great scent. But after watching another reviewer's review or list, they had this one on their list, and I said, you know what? Yeah, I should pay that one a little bit more attention because it smelled great to me. The reviewer is Maite. Check her out. I'll leave her information in the card somewhere. I don't know if this side, that side, whatever. But if not, it'll be at the bottom. That all being said, this one's from the House of Guerlain, and this one's called L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Citrusy, creamy, almond fragrance. Honestly, this is not your typical fresh, hot weather fragrance, just because it's a little bit more creamy and has a deeper base. In my opinion, slightly more musky, but it actually works very well. It has that creamy base in it that gives it the little twist, but the citrus top and whatnot makes it very pleasing, makes it very welcoming for the hot weather, the spring weather, this Florida heat, which I'm planning on rocking this bad boy out. I don't think I've done it. I did not do a review on this one, and I think this one deserves one. Number 6 on my list, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Number 5 on my list is from the House of Margiela, and this is one of the freshest fragrances that I have in my collection. And I like this one a lot, to be honest. This one's called Under the Lemon Tree. Dope, relaxing, fresh, clean fragrance. Citrusy, but there is no lemon in it. Even though it says Under the Lemon Tree, very misleading, but it does have an accord of different types of citruses. This one smells very good. I think there's tea in it that makes it very relaxing. Great for the summer, great for the spring. Just a dope, fresh fragrance that works great right about this time, especially in Florida. So number 5, Under the Lemon Tree by Margiela. Number 4 on my list is from the house of Roja Parfums, and this one's from their newer Parfum Cologne line, and this one's called Vetiver. To me, this is Tom Ford gray Vetiver, but a lot more grown up, a lot more polished, a lot smoother. With this Parfum Cologne line, I think majority of them have a more brighter top, where this one has a great top. Very citrusy and green at the top. Perfect clean fragrance for this spring heat. We don't get a lot of colder spring days here in Florida. Every now and then it might start off in the low 70s, high 60s, but trust me, at the end of the day, it's ending up in the low 90s. So this will work perfect for every one of these bipolar or tripolar type weather down here. Number 4 on my list, Roja Vetiver. Number 3 on my list is from the house of Gallagher fragrance, one of the few fragrances that I said I would pick up from the carded samples from the video that I made. And this one's called Fineapple. Sorry if it's blurry. Fineapple. I haven't done a review on this one yet, but all I can say right about now is pineapple, apple, and freshness. Damn. Spring, this is gonna be perfect for you. So like I said, I'm not gonna say much about it just because I haven't done the review on this yet, but it's a banger in my opinion. With minimal said, number 3 on my list, Gallagher fragrances, Fineapple. Number 2 on my list is from the house of Alexandria fragrances, and this is, I think, my favorite fragrance off the line. And this is one of their blend inspirations. If you watch any of my previous videos on the house, you might know what it is. It's a combination of Aventus and Tuscan leather. This one's called Tuscan King. As heavy as a fragrance as this can be from the leather, the raspberry and pineapple actually give it somewhat of a fresh touch where this can work in almost every season in my opinion. Tuscan King, one of my favorite fragrances from Alexandria. And in my opinion, if you haven't got your nose on it and you like leather fragrances and Aventus, you're slacking. This one, Tuscan King, get your nose on it. Good for spring. Number 1 on my list of fragrances that I'm planning on rocking for spring. I haven't done a review on it, but it's coming out very soon. I think it's gonna be probably the next video I put out. With all that being said, this one's from the house of Parfums Vintage, and this one's called Emperor Colossus. All I can pretty much say right about now, since I haven't dropped the video yet, is Emperor or Emperor X straight with pineapple. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I like. So number 1 on my list and I'm planning on wearing for spring, Emperor Colossus. Sorry, it's so bright. Before I end this video, I just want to apologize that the video is probably a little bit too bright, but I'm still working on the setup. So with that being said, that was my top 10 fragrances that I'm planning on wearing for spring. Let me know in the comment section, what are your 10 fragrances that you plan on wearing for spring? Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit that bell. My 10 fragrances that I'm planning on wearing for spring. All dope fragrances in my opinion. But at the end of the day, still sit the water.